everybody, welcome back to Hardworking Woman. It is leaf cleanup, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this shoot blocker you just saw me lower. I had a ton of questions on my last video, and I'm going to try to answer all of them in this one. So now, I mentioned I run this shoot system on our Yocto YXR 710. That's just the zero-turn mower that we run. You could have a variety of zero-turn mowers such as Ferris, Toro, Gravely, Exmark. It will fit a variety of them. It's not even meant for the Yocto, but he did a couple modifications to make it work. So if you're handy and know how to drill holes, you too could probably make it fit your zero-turn. So basically, you don't have to be a multimillionaire like we are in order to run this system. That's a joke. We aren't millionaires. We're wealthy in spirit and with family and friends. So everybody thought we should leave the leaves, because you know that's why they're called a leaf. But look at all these leaves that are undisturbed. I'm not going to touch these, I promise. All of the pollinators, all of the ladybugs, any insect that wants to can burrow in and find their home right here. I have a very small portion of this large surrounding woods, over 40 plus undisturbed acres, that will protect all of the critters. I promise. I'm not anti-critters. So people did ask, what happens if you don't clean up the leaves in our yard? They say, oh, the grass will just come up just fine on its own. Nothing bad will happen. But if you look here, this is kind of a little glimpse. Do you see this? Like, look how dark and muddy and dirty. This is what my grass will look like underneath. Nothing. There will be no grass. And trust me, this isn't a glorious lawn. There's more weeds than grass out here. But I still want to try to make it look as nice as I can, given we're out in the country. But if I don't clean these up and get them out, this is what the majority is going to look like. Probably the most asked question was, where do the leaves go? They seem to disappear. As you can see, there's no bagging system on here. There's no vacuum sucking anything up, doing anything with it. They just disappear, seemingly go out to nowhere and leave green grass behind. So let me show you, when I run it over with the lawnmower, with the chute system down, what happens to the leaves. And for those of you who are very concerned about my hearing, don't worry, we're always protected, always. I value hearing. Okay, look, the leaves, where'd they go? It's baffling, isn't it? Where did they all disappear to? Well, if you get really close, you can see they're just teeny tiny pieces. So in reality, all the little ladybugs and pollinators, they can still live here. I didn't ruin their home, technically. It's all these little tiny pieces. They're not gone. They just got shredded. And that's where they'll stay, to nourish my grass and bring nutrients to help maybe the weeds grow less and the grass grow more. So a lot of people told me I should just mulch the leaves. Well, I think the definition of mulching is kind of what I just did there, but I don't have mulching blades. There isn't any special kit, just this $220 accessory that anybody can purchase and attach to their zero-turn. I bet you can modify it for a riding lawnmower if you know what you're doing. So no, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I didn't come up with this. I don't get a penny if you buy it. I just like to share things that help make life a little more enjoyable, tasks like this a little easier, help me be as lazy as you want to call me so I can remain obese and just sit and drink my beer and wine and eat seed oils and live the life of luxury that us fat rich people love to live. All right, so hopefully that answered most of your questions. If you have more, please leave them in the comments. I have to clean these leaves up because, as you can see, it doesn't look like I did anything from last time to this time. So I'm going to get on it so they don't keep coming. I mean, obviously I'm in Michigan. They're going to keep dropping. We know that. But the more I stay on top of it, then the less chance of big piles of this shredded stuff will remain, because I don't want to have to rake, because I, again, am lazy, not hardworking, per the name of my channel. So when I'm all done, I will take you under the deck, let you see if it's all clogged up under there because there's no mulching blades, see what actually happens underneath the mower, and maybe I'll get your seal of approval. I'm just out here trying to share stuff that makes our life easier, guys, and hopefully you can take some of this and apply it to your life. I'm just going to show you a little closer up of what this looks like after I've mowed it. I know it looks like it's clean, pristine, no leaves anymore, but as you can see, there's some leaves in here. There's some spots. Let's go over to this area where it was probably the thickest leaves on the whole property. This is where the most trees are back here. And here you can see there's still a bunch of leaves. I ran it over quite a few times. Just spread it. Doesn't take them anywhere, but it looks a heck of a lot nicer. And it will make it so I'm not left with no grass back here. So yeah, here's the difference. What we ran over versus what it leaves after. It's still crazy to me that it can do that and have it look like this after running it without bagging it or sucking them up. Just shredding and spreading. All right, some people were concerned it was all clogged under there. Here it is. Looks pretty doggone clean if you ask me. Well, there it is, another leaf removal video for you. Hopefully I showed you a new solution. If you need to have a solution, I know smaller yards don't feel the pain that we feel out here with all these leaves. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you'll have a good day. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. It will mean the world to me, and we'll catch you on the next one.